Welcome to Linford Get Going Guides. This episode we're going to be looking at backgrounds in Freeway websites. So what we have here is a blank page, and on the page menu in the inspector here, it starts off here, and if we click on the second tab in, it comes up with a tab called background. Here we can simply choose a colour that we want as a background, so I'm going to select a colour that I would like it to be. So I want to have a sort of sepia background colour, and it creates a background. Although Freeway is only showing it to you in your page, when you preview it, it will cover the whole browser window. So open up Firefox, and there we can see our background colour filling the whole browser window there. We don't just have to have colours, we can have images. So I'm going to select an image now, and we're going to go there, and we're going to choose a background. I've just made a circle dot to appear here, and you can see here that I'm just going to select the background colour to none because we're not going to see it. Here we can see that I've got a range of dots, and again if I preview it in Firefox, you can see that the circles fill the whole window and change size. When I change the window, it just covers them up and change them around. On top of that, I can put pictures and text as well. Now we can look at backgrounds in a variety of ways, and we tend to make them up in Photoshop at the size that we want them to be. So here I've got a couple of backgrounds that I want to use. So we've seen how Freeway will repeat the pattern, so we had a single dot and it's made lots of dots all over the background. Here I want to make a title bar with buttons, but on that bar I just want to have the background repeated once with this background image here. So if I go into Freeway, what I've got here is a simple image, and I've already imported some buttons up to in these boxes here, and you can see what they look like in a minute, but we just want to import that picture. So we click on that, open it up, and what happens is Freeway tiles the image repeatedly throughout the page. Now what we want to do is for it not to tile, so not to repeat itself, only to play itself once. So in the background image we've got this horizontal and vertical command. So what we want to do is put the vertical so we only have it at the top, so it's not tiling it vertically down, and in the horizontal we want to have it centered, and I'm going to make sure that the alignment of this page is centered. So what I've got here is these boxes here. I've got some button text images on display here, but if we preview it we can see what advantage that gives us. So what we have is a background picture with our buttons on the top, and the page is centered, so no matter how wide it goes, the background scroll will follow the whole window, and it creates a whole window kind of effect, but with a centered style appearing in your page. So that can be useful for button panels or some other effects that you want, or even a graphic banner at the top. When we look at our images as well, I've got this second image which is only 2 pixels wide. When you're making a banner image, it's good to think of what is the largest monitor size in width that people are going to view your page on. The biggest monitors tend to be about 1400 pixels across, so you want to make sure that your image is in excess of that. It can be much wider, so you could choose it at 1800 or something like that. As long as it's wider than the browser, it will only repeat once. But here I've got a vertical stripe going down the page here. So what we do is I've got a piece of text on the page so we can see what happens with this, and I'm just going to change the page size to be a little bit smaller. And what we do is then import the background image, and we choose background 2, and what it does is it takes that 2 pixels and then tiles it down so it makes a repeating pattern only vertically. Now rather than having a big vignette going across, because it's only 2 pixels in depth, it makes a very small file size, so it will load on your screen a lot quicker. So if we preview that, we can then see what it looks like here. So this is only 1 pixel deep, but it's been repeated vertically down your page. This is very good if you want to make sidebars or toolbars on your page. And again, I've got the page centered so that it will shift around on the background color. So you can play around with backgrounds to your heart's content in Freeway. You can have lots of different kinds of effects, but the main thing is to consider, do you want to have a repeating image? You could have one single image, or you could have an image that tiles itself one way and not another. So that's backgrounds in Freeway. Very useful little effect. It's good for adding textures and things to your page as well. You can see me on iTunes or on YouTube, and I'll see you for our next episode.